Onegaishimasu. Welcome back to the Goju Karate Center. Excuse me if I'm coughing a little bit. Having to use my asthma pump a little bit the last 2 days. It's been a little bit rough. But we've got to train anyway. So this morning is going to be a long live stream. I'm kind of combining a little bit of the get fit stuff with a little bit of my grading preparation in terms of kata stuff that my group is planning. So Sensei Nicholas, who is one of our seniors, has done the training program. He does personalized training programs, etc., to help people become better at what they're doing. And his training program for our kata component I need to do this week as well. So I'm going to put that into the live stream as we go. So this is going to be a long live stream. And the kata component is going to be on the Kata Seipai. And I don't have a partner, so I can't do partner work, so some of the stuff will be on fresh air. And then, yeah, if you're not able to do Seipai kata, you just go do another kata that you can do, and take the concept of Shu-Ha-Ri, doing the kata, copying it 100%, and then doing breakdown of the kata, where you break it down for yourself, and then you reassemble it for yourself, and hopefully you improve. So yeah, comment off the last live stream, because the last live stream did really well. Came out of the gates really fast. John, I generally don't do warm-ups when I do these live streams, believe it or not. My warm-ups are part of what I'm doing, and I'm gradually increasing my own personal intensity as I go. I'm still lucky, I'm very able-bodied in the sense that I don't need a lot of warming up to get going. When I do, it's usually because I'm carrying an injury, or I'm tired, or it is bitterly cold. Right now in South Africa, we're experiencing a heat wave, so I'm hot all the time, and I hate the heat. Well, not hate it, it's really uncomfortable. Alright, so let's get going. This morning, there will be a bit of a warm-up. The warm-up will be running through katas like Sanchin and Daini and Tensho, 2 of each. Okay, let's get going. Sanchin. Sanchin. Good morning, Mia. Have a lucky Friday. So, as you're doing katas like Sanchin and warm-up, remember you might not start them at full intensity, but you are starting to squeeze all those muscles, trying to tighten up as much as possible, and allow the hard work of the muscles fighting against one another to help warm you up a little. We're not doing explosive or ballistic exercises yet, but we are just letting the muscles start to work, get the lungs working, and hopefully get the heart rate climbing a little bit. Okay, let's get on to the next kata. We have to do Sanchin Dai Ni. Those of you who do not know Sanchin Dai Ni, that is where you go forward, turn, go to the back, turn, go forward. We're going to go forward one step only, and we're only going to do one Mawashuke. Please remember that there are several versions of this kata, and different organizations will do it differently. So if you don't know the kata, maybe you can learn the basic pattern from this. The other thing that is somewhat different, that this kata is going to start from an open doorway. Okay? Sanchin Dai Ni. Sanchin Dai Ni. See lots of comments coming in. Good morning. Hope you're all training and enjoying the karate. With Sanchin Dai Ni, one of the other things to kind of bear in mind, some schools they may call it maybe Sanchin or Higohana or Higohana Sanchin, because this is the way Sanchin was done before Miyagi-sensei changed it, and if you are doing the straight line version, this is the way Miyagi-sensei taught the kata, especially after World War II. He was sick, he was no longer able to walk around his students doing corrections, and so he changed the kata to one direction. Just one kind of idea. If you want to know more about Sanchin and Tensho, please don't forget we have a couple of good videos on Sanchin and Tensho, how to train them and how to teach them. And if the breathing is different and I'm doing something different to what you do in your dojo, always remember, go back to what your sensei says. But if you want to inquire with your sensei, why is it different? Well, that's also not a problem, you know. Ultimately, you have to do what your school does, especially when you wish to get promotion somewhere down the tracks. So, we're now going to move on to Tensho. And again, this is usually done as the end of kata, but this morning's warm-up is based on just covering and touching base with all the breathing kata. Okay? Tensho. Tensho. Yeah, no, it is super cool. So, yeah. Moving on a little bit. Now we're going to do the Kata Seipai. Now, if you don't know the Kata Seipai, you choose any kata of your choice. A kata that you'd like to work on. Okay? We are going to do the kata once. It's not going to be hard and fast and flashy and anything like that. We're kind of considering it still like limbering up, warming up, preparing ourselves for the actual training, and just run through the kata. And to allow me to have a little bit more space, I don't think I'm going to fit it in there. Okay, let's do this. I'm just going to move you further back. Alright. So, back, and I think, let's give you a big wide angle. I'm going to be far away, you might not hear me, but try watch the kata. Because of the vertical plane of the live stream like setup, I might drift off into the sides of it. Seipai. So 1 times full Seipai Kata, done at a moderate intensity, moderate speed, moderate power. When I was a black belt already, I came across this concept of Shu-Ha-Ri. And Shu-Ha-Ri is the training model that is used for a lot of martial arts. The problem is that sometimes many instructors don't teach the actual name and what it means. So Shu-Ha-Ri is not some magical mystical, it's just a basic program for training. First part, Shu means to copy or to replicate. You do it exactly the way you've been shown and you will do it until you get it. The Ha is to break it down, to take it and break it into sections, and this is either under the guidance of a teacher or on your own, and to train small sections. And in training small sections, you can work and polish on smaller sections. It's just common sense. You know, you might get the first 3 moves of the kata, but the next 5 moves of the kata are difficult. You have to practice them more. And then Ri is where you repackage it for yourself and put it back into the bigger component. Now, we can do this at various levels. It is pretty much, it's a basic principle, but it can be really, it can go from basic to rather intricate and rather advanced based on how you break it down. You might learn a movement, you copy it verbatim from the teacher, you then go and explore that movement, and you try and find all the variations, all the nuance, all the subtleties. Maybe research, maybe you use the internet, etc. And you find more, and you go and you look at different teachers who are doing it a different way, a different application, different interpretations of that movement. Maybe even do the movement slightly differently, or do it radically different. And you go and you explore it, you study it all. You end up learning a lot of content that way. And then you come back and you say, right, for my school, for grading, I do it the way my sensei says, but you've already learned all that other stuff, and it's super valuable. That's one of the greatest things you can do in karate. I only learned this as a senior, as like a pretty high senior. It was like a 3rd or a 4th dan when somebody said, we're training Shu-Ha-Ri. I'm like, what the Shu-Ha-Ri? Okay, so for everybody who's out there and who's hearing it for the first time, this is what the concept is about. We're now going to break that concept down, and I'm going to do it in 2 different facets. Number 1, I'm going to break the kata into smaller components, and the components have been divided up already by Sensei Nicholas. He's like, I want you to work on Seipai in 5 chunks, and I want you to work on each chunk individually, and then we're going to go from there. And this is where I'm going to bring in my Hojo Undo, my extra training to help me improve those individual movements. Okay, so let's go through. The first chunk is up to the Hurricane in Seipai, but you may choose if you're doing another kata, you can break the kata down in if there's components. Like X-H, you do 3 moves right, 3 moves left, that's 1 chunk. Do the 3 this side, do the 3 that side, you're training symmetrically. The next chunk would be maybe up to the punch, and you do it left and right side. The next chunk might just be the strike, and the last chunk might be the double punch that you practice, and that gives you 4 chunks. So just use your noggin and make up your own mind as to what's going to break up the kata. If you're doing Seiyunshin, you might have 7 chunks. It's a very long kata. If you're doing Supplementary, it might be 15. Okay? So, Seipai, first movement. Second movement. Third movement. Watch out for the shoulder. Fourth movement. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's our first component, and it is virtually the entire front line of the kata. You're in one direction for the entirety of that. Your eyes are focused in one place. You might just consider this a whole line, a whole combative sequence in one long drawn out thing. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that it's all single techniques, and most people really do struggle to do the following. Left on right, normal start, right on left, the other start. Alright, hand comes from underneath, hand goes in, up, through, round, strike, kick, punch, okay. So in Shu-Ha-Ri, in this component, if you've got something like this that you only do in one direction, one plane, or one half of your body, try training it on the other side. Okay, so that's 2. I'm just going through it slowly and technically. Alright? Drop. Try, stay down. Wrist flat, elbow in. 1. And pull in. Kick, punch, okay. Alright. That's awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Having to concentrate on that right side. Okay, so time for a little hojo undo. Now, all those movements are really, really difficult to get right. Now, how do I train them? How to make them stronger? Small weights. Because there's so much variety, so you can take small weights. And all I have, went to the pawn shop, yeah, the one where they sell all other people's junk, not the other pawn shop. Went to the pawn shop and bought some old hammerheads. Gave them a fresh coat of paint, and these are handheld weights. These weigh 2 kilograms. What's nice about them, they're not long. So this doesn't result in myself being hit with the weight. Good idea. The form's going out the window, but the resistance is what I'm after. You get 6 times, 4 more.
So now heart rate's pumping a little bit. We're going up a little bit. Move on to the next component. This was called the complicated middle bit. 1, 2. Different plane. Two different ideas. Back straight. Little weights again. Oopsie, drag the toe there. Right. Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm only doing that one 5 times. If you have a plate weight, plate weights with cutouts are super useful. They can be used like this for a lot of the grabbing, turning, rotating kind of exercises. So it's useful. They can also be used for things like run-of-the-mill conditioning. They can be used like sandbag. So there are a couple of ideas that can be used from a plate weight with cutouts. Okay, this is just 5 kilograms. I've got up to 15 kilograms in these size plate weights, and I'm going to choose one particular thing that I want to work on. All right, so if I go from here and I've done this, it's the idea of rolling it down. So all I'm going to do is start to roll this weight around. Try to do it maybe 20 or 30 times just to get the arms a little bit more limber. I'm already not doing it against my body. Alright, I'll give you another variation, but it's a little bit more torque based in a few minutes. Right, then a different idea, but I'm thinking of that hand going over the head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So, trying to get things that work parts of that chunk, that little bit of embossing. And I'm trying to improve my flexibility and my coordination. When I was teaching boot camps, we made a lot of different size sledgehammers. I had some ladies who the heaviest thing they lifted up, they would say to me, is the mouse. I know it's a lie, I know that handbag weighs about 30 kilograms, but we'll just leave that there for now, little joke. Alright, so I made sledgehammers that were much smaller weight. So this is, I think, a 4-pound hammerhead, about 2 and a bit kilograms, but on a full length shaft. Alright, so you could use a bow, you can use a bokken, you could use any kind of idea. So you'll often see single-handed. But what about if you were to do a double-handed exercise similar to the bow? I don't have any bow in the dojo at the moment. They're currently still in storage. So we're making do with the longest, lightest thing I could find. It's not going to break my arms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's just switch the weight around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to 6. Get those arms to twist over one another and find power in the circular motion. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we've done that 5. The next piece is left and right sides, okay? So get my head nice and square. One more time. Alright. This you might not be able to do with the device I'm going to use. Again, that plate weight is perfect for the training. Come big girl. Alright. Congo King. 37 kilograms. If you've watched this far, you'll be like Yahoo suddenly pulling out the real training devices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, Sensei, Muzzy, how's it going? So, Congo King, that turning action, the drop and rise, drop, but most importantly, don't stop here, try and stop there. So drop, okay? To improve those movements. Shu-Ha, take it apart, play with it, fix it. Make it look terrible. Repackage it to make your karate better. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Sorry, I'm going to swing the camera somewhere down there. Sure. Let's just go from here. 1, 2. Okay, something like that for now. Our next component is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, up to the Uruzuk. Some schools ki on the double punch down. Some schools ki here. Some schools ki on like the whole Kata. I've seen that somewhere before. It was terrible. Okay, so here we've got a lot of winding movements. Okay, I'm going to break it down into 2 sets rather. So I'm going to do the windy part first. Okay. Come a bit closer so you can see more details. Try step in line with the toes off this leg. Wind the hands up as you pull together. Don't fall forward. Try and keep upright. Down. Subtleties, nuances. Down. Twist the body. Wind up. And step. And wind into this. and then unwind to here. We're told to put much more focus on the movement at the end. I want to have that relaxed heart feeling when I'm doing it, okay? That was crap. Alright. Again, sticking with the theme, little plate weights can be used. Again, two, three. Square. Two. Balls of the feet. Three. Focus, focus, focus. So many people don't breathe. Allow yourself to breathe, but don't overdo it. Okay, the next component, twist these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Some schools block, hurricane. Some schools block, nuts, nose. You do which one your school's doing, which one you like. For grading, do what your sensei says. Mentally, I like nuts, nose. Because I've always, once I Goju, you absorb, and then you unleash everything. So it doesn't become 100 blocks of one punch. Maybe the guys who shotgun up the road, they will practice Iken Hisatsu, one punch victory. We do Goju, you hit the person with a flurry of blows. You're just hitting them over and over and over. And in between, we'll slip in a block and then another hit. This combination is really cool because it does exactly that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to slow it down because there's a common mistake here. 1, 2. Don't drop your hand as you block. Try bring this hand directly into the block. The Judokan International even go as far as to say block block, then kick, Urazuk and the Kiai. Alright? Something I've noticed in OGKK, although we practice double blocks like most Goju practitioners, a lot of the time in Kata and more advanced movements, we tend to favor the single block. It's really hard for me, I'm struggling with this, like personal admission, because I'm so used to doing double blocks and training double blocks all the time. Block, block, 1, 2, block, block. Okay? And personally, I'd rather have more blocks and your understanding of more blocks than less. One more time. Not out and round. Smaller. But more down in the hips. Hip up, hip up. Mind your elbow. Mind elbow there. And okay. Some schools on that hit, hand is this way. My sense always just say like knocking on the door. Hello, note. Okay. Up, wrist, 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 wrist. Okay. Wrist, 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 wrist. Rest, rest. Stop, stop. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hi, Kata Seipai. Some movements sometimes similar to Kurumfa, but today's focus Seipai. I've turned my alarm off. No worrying about children by arrangement, but since it's Zoe, she has to do that this morning, so we can do this. I explain later. I am going to be here. Yeah, that's good. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Moving into the next section. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Make it a bit bigger. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Back. Since it isn't in a shot at me. Right, so that's kind of concentrating on the turning and hand movements. We have big jars that we have filled with cement. We call them babies, and very good for just doing the legs of any kata. But they're kind of packed deep in the store, so I'm going to use the kettlebell. Hopefully it doesn't pull me over. Alright. 1, 2. 1. Up, knee. 2. 1, 2. 2. Shoulders are getting sore now. 1, 2. 1, 2. Subtlety and nuance that I saw with Muramatsu Sensei from the Eidokan Dojo of OGKK. Just press the hands. If the person's hands are here, open them up so you can hit. Thought it was really, really beautiful. Okay, so at this point I've done my kata, I've broken my kata down, and I've added in, for the fitness part, some supplementary training to try and improve what I'm doing. And it's important to know that you cannot really improve your karate, and Goju in particular, if you don't complement the kata and the foundation work, the kihon, with hojo undo. If you are not doing hojo undo as an adult doing goju, there's something wrong. It's very, very difficult to do hojo undo with children. But if you're an adult, hojo undo is part and parcel of what you're doing because we want to get stronger. I'm not a fan of allowing children to train with big weights or heavy weights. There's a tendency for them to get avulsion tears or avulsion fractures. They can develop strong muscle power, but the bone can't handle it. And when it pulls, it breaks the bone off at the point of insertion. So origin is usually fine. It's usually the point of insertion that it pulls and it ruptures. Really painful. So not good for children. If you're out there and you're teaching lots of kids, don't go and make them train hojo undo like Hirohana sensei. You're going to kill your children, have no students. Don't be an idiot. Okay, sweating quite a bit now because it's just going and going and going. All right, so enough of me talking. The next thing that they wanted us to do is to try and break that down. Choose 5 bunkai out the kata, and what do you think? Now, I don't have a partner this morning, so it's going to be fresh air. Somebody's grabbing my hand. Counter grab. Pull, change direction a little bit. Ippon ken. So when I'm pulling, I want to bend their wrist. And Ippon ken. Ippon ken. Alright. Or Boshi ken maybe. But Ippon ken. And this is kind of what I did when I was doing my last grading. So counter grab. Strike, counter grab, strike, counter grab, strike, counter grab, strike, 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 strike. Alright, so I'm okay with that one. Then the most unpractical thing, but a two-handed grab on the arm. Self-defense is he grabs the two-handed, stick a thumb in his eye. But okay, break, elbow. Grab on, bring your hand up, press it down. This hand maybe grabs onto their gi. So if you rotate, drop to help break free, and then elbow. Alright. Sometimes elbow. Okay. Elbow. 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 Do this one again. Back the other elbow. Elbow. This side. This hand. Push it over. Elbow. Elbow. Yep, I just farted. Since Zoe will be so embarrassed. Elbow. Elbow. Alright. Next bunkai. Block. Grab. Swing. Pull. Break. Catch. Hit. I love this. I'm link. Alright, so the Chinen used to say it's like an iron link that's not fully closed, it's like a bracelet. Your hand can slide over their hand. So when you grab onto it, you're on the top. You roll it around so that when you take it, twist it, you're then winding the arm around. So it's relaxed, and then it winds the arm out. So the elbow comes on top. So you can do standing arm bar. Okay, straight arm bar using your arms. Goju is stand up grappling to a degree. Okay, so block the kick, block the punch, grab on, swing it around, up, break, hit. Alright. Kick, punch, grab, swing, pull, break, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously your compliant partner, because you're doing bunkai for grading, is going kick, punch, getting the arm turned around, grabbing this arm and trying to pull it free. And as they pull it free, you're going to take this hand and hook it over. And it's going to take the arm here, you're going to end up standing like this, and you're going to hit them kenteki into the groin. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Round up, under, break, and whoa, swing. It's so hard to do without somebody there. Okay. That's my third bunkai. We normally do 5 bunkai at senior gradings, so I'm going to opt for an easy one because I'm worried about time, and I like the idea of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm depending on how you want to hit the person. You might shift to the side and just hit straight through. This is good for a dory. Block and hit to the side, just over their shoulder. You might find that you want to go with sometimes a furuzuk, and using furuzuk to the back of the neck. Alright, you might be doing it the wrong way around, and then furuzuk to the face. Okay? Maybe they're grabbing, hooking on, and furuzuking into the face. You've got to explore it, okay? But for grading, straight punch, move to the outside. 1, they do another punch, 2, 3. Okay, if you want variation, you could do cross, block, hook. Alright, so if I do it the other way, cross, block, hook. Cross, block, hook. Cross, block, hook. Okay? Cross, block, hook. If you want to go down a wormhole, then hand 1, 2, and now 3. Use that feet. Okay? It's a nice place for a segue. If you've ever done any karate with Shu-Ha-Ri sensei of Karate no Michi, then you might find that that's a cool place to put in some of his kind of ideas of boom, boom, and twisting and winding. Alright, so that's bunkai number 4, bunkai number 5. I like this bunkai a lot, but a lot of the time when I go to gradings, and if I don't have a partner who's the same size as me and similar weight as me, I'm struggling to lift the person up with the throw, and keeping it neat and tidy and in the parameters of what they want to see in the grading. So, because I only have to do 5 bunkai, then skip that bunkai, because it doesn't really work well for me. I need to work a little bit harder at lifting a heavier person. So if I weigh 80 kilograms or 75 kilograms and I'm training with somebody who weighs 100 kilograms and they're mechanically bigger than me, it's getting a little bit harder to do that particular bunkai exactly the way they want it for the grading. A lot of the time I opt for the end of the kata because it's really cool, and I really enjoyed the way Muramatsu sensei explained this. So maybe it's a person punching and you blocking and grabbing and punching and grabbing, and you twisting to get them into mawashuke. Then you unwind, take the hands behind and pull. Clear the hands and hit. Now, 2 hands or 2 hands. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very simple. Let me quickly have a look at all the comments. And I see there's lots. Oh, we've been going for over an hour. Holy smoke. Alright. No, I cannot do Basadai. I do Goju. I'm sorry, it's not in our syllabus. I see there's some Cyrillic comments. I'm sorry, I can't read those. Yes, I can do Kata. I'm doing the breakdown of the Kata. Some more Cyrillic. Hopefully it's something that I can read. I'm sorry, the guys in Russia, Ukraine, Eastern Bloc. If you send me comments on this chat, on the live stream in Cyrillic, there's no auto translate, or not that I know of. Okay. Hello, Jacinta. Can I do cipher? Yes, I will do cipher at the end now. Or what did you say? Cipher. Okay. I'll do Seipai because that's what I'm training. Hello, Dominique. I am in Johannesburg. Stefan back. Cipher. I think that's a response to somebody else. So me are defensive. I don't know if that means show me a defense or maybe it's another language. So let me do Seipai quickly and go from there. Again, if you're looking at our videos and you're watching a live stream and I'm doing a whole bunch of weird stuff and you don't know what it's about, please go into our channel and check out the existing videos that we've got that are specifically on those kata. So I've done all the kata from Sanchin all the way to Tensho, and all the kata that I can think of that are commonly practiced in most schools of Okinawan Goju, and a few others. And go and have a look there, leave a comment, leave questions there if you want, and hopefully we can answer them somewhere along the way in a live stream or in a can I do a punch routine? Yeah, I can do a punch routine. That's easy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the first punch routine we should all learn. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now add in 1, 2, high toe. 1, 2, high toe. 1, 2, high toe. You can do a hook, but high toe. You do karate. 1, 2, high toe. 1, 2, high toe. 1, 2, high toe, uppercut. 1, 2, high toe. I should go on this way with the feet, uppercut. Hopefully that works for you. In cipher for your orange belt, there's a really, really good explanation of cipher kata on our channel. Please go look at it. I cover lots of intel on the kata. All right. Now we move you to the center of the dojo. I know it's a bit blurry and black. Seipai. All right. Right. Green belts, orange belts. The kata I just did is a black belt kata. It's normally about 3rd dan, sandan, in most schools. Okay? So hopefully that gives you an insight. Cool. I hope you enjoyed, I'm glad you enjoyed the kind of punch combinations. When you want to do punch and strike combinations and you're hitting the bag, start with the ideas that you might get from boxing. One of the biggest problems that people do this, start here, protect, protect, protect. okay, the whole time. And if you're doing pressing and driving exercises, I'm standing, I'm pressing in, driving in and doing something, pressing in, driving and doing something, then you can work on it. There's another one for you. Punch, punch, elbow, pressing elbow, stabbing elbow, uppercut. All right, cool. Those of you who stayed for the last 70 odd minutes, thank you very much for joining me. Have an awesome weekend. Arigato gozaimasu. Big shout out to Sensei Nicholas Chalmers, who does our planning and does everything else that makes us train that little bit harder. Sayonara everybody, have an awesome one.